This is the best Liverpool squad since the late 1980s. It is collectivism in the old Liverpool way. It's 10 years on Friday since Rafa Benitez's Liverpool overwhelmed Newcastle United by a 4-goal margin to go 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League, prompting Steven Gerrard to proclaim the team was the best he'd played in and declare that the title was attainable. There was the not inconsiderable obstacle of Sir Alex Ferguson to contend with. He declared that Liverpool's 10-point lead would be reeled in and was as good as his word. But the team who beat Kinnear's Newcastle 5-1 were a mixture of the workmanlike, Dirk Kuyt, the distinctly average, Babel, Yossi Benayoun, and the deeply indifferent, Ngog. Gerrard, whose partnership with Fernando Torres was nearing its peak, simply dragged them up to a competitive level. Liverpool finished 4 points behind Ferguson's champions. That squad and this one are simply incomparable. Jurgen Klopp has purged the side of the remotest hint of average capability. A mere substandard pass from Georginio Wijnaldum midway through this first half was enough to provoke an explosion, as his team extended their lead at the top to 6 points. Anfield didn't exactly rock to the spectacle. These outcomes are expected against opposition with such minimal ambition as Benitez's present charges. But that did not obscure evidence of what Klopp described in his program notes as a tunnel vision in his team. Xherdan Shaqiri is the prime example of it. Klopp begins matches without him more often than, deploying him intermittently in a way akin to a combatant throwing an armed missile into opposition ranks. After 4 games warming the bench, there was no loose ball Shaqiri did not sprint to chase down, arms pumping in the idiosyncratic way of his. He worked at the back, at the forward apex of a triangle with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Lovren, and off the front, sending balls through with his assortment of flicks and tricks. If there was a criticism, then it was his tendency to be too ornate, too intricate, at times. But the player's watchfulness is extraordinary. Out of possession, he is continually sizing up space, mentally calculating the next pass. His sweet left foot dispatched a 44th-minute free kick which a Mohamed Diam deflection and Martin Dubravka fingertip touch helped send over the bar. His tap-in goal, sealing the win beyond all doubt, was richly earned. He cost £13.5 million. An extraordinary acquisition. The man whose goal set off this procession off is no less a demonstration of Klopp's capacity to bring the best from those who are not the first choice. Many gave Lovren no chance after that disastrous afternoon at Wembley being overrun by Tottenham's Harry Kane, a little more than 12 months ago. But his goal, a half-volley of the highest technical merit, kept it poised and assured return to the team since Joe Gomez was injured at Burnley. Liverpool's usual stellar names contributed without signing their name across the sky. The slick, rapid exchanges of possession between Mo Salah, Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane and Shaqiri were devastating at times in the first half, though each drifted in and out. What distinguishes this team from the classes of 2008, or 2014 under Brendan Rodgers, is the lack of dependency on a singular driving force. A man of the match is often hard to identify. It is collectivism, in the old Liverpool way. That point cannot have been lost on Kevin Keegan, wrapped in his own thoughts in the stand. It was when news of Leicester City's winner came in that the contend finally exploded into life, and by the finish it was belting out Benitez's name and summoning the memory of Istanbul, 2005. "They are good enough to win the title, yes," said the manager in question. But he and his days of desperate armed combat with Manchester United feel like a distant memory. Another Manchester team will have something to say about the Premier League trophy disappearing down the M62, however grim their Christmas, though Liverpool are well equipped to deal with that. This is their most complete squad since the late 1980s days of Barnes, Beardsley and Aldridge, when their winning the title was one of the rites of spring.